All right, so this is like the very first underground interview I've ever done. You know what I'm saying? Well, as like the start of the series, you feel me? And you are the very, very first underground artist I will be interviewing tonight. And you know, we making history right now and for Warzone, you feel me? But first things first, disclaimer. By joining this call, you acknowledge that this is being broadcasted live and recorded with your consent. I may use all the clips and videos in any shape or form I choose, and whatever happens, I am not responsible nor to blame. I'm telling you, this is all the way professional. I got niggas signing forms now. What are items that you possess that holds a lot of value to you? Like, if you were to able like to show, even though you're lagging, or maybe you could potentially turn it on for like a little bit, or at least describe the item. What's like items that you possess? So we're gonna start like with like simple questions, then we're gonna warm up to the more deeper questions. All right.
Okay.
So, what are some items that you possess that holds a lot of value to you? Like that matters like the world to you.
Okay. So I say, that's a very good question. Okay. So I believe I got two or three, probably two.
Mm-hmm.
But the most obvious one, I say, the ski goggles,
Mm-hmm.
just because, it's to the point where I kind of made it, part of my brand. And, it's like a gimmick, like everywhere I go, I wear goggles. When you hear Jalal own, the first thing you think about is, ski goggles. Oh, goggles.
Yeah.
And the reason why the goggles hold so much value is, it's an inspiration behind it, because when I was younger, I was more of a Call of Duty fan. Like, yeah, I like a lot of shooting games, a lot of basketball games, but I was really a huge fan of Call of Duty. And one of my favorite Call of Duties is Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. And one of the in-game characters, his name is Frost. And, he always wear goggles. He don't talk. You never see him without his goggles. And, I always thought that was kind of cool. And I grew up playing Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3. And, it's to the point where I decided to make it a big part of my appearance.
Mm-hmm.
And I say the second thing that I hold most valuable is and you know what's crazy? I don't even got it no more, bro. You know why? I'm gonna tell you why in a minute, but you already know. But it's my ring. I had a graduation ring.
Yeah.
It was my graduation ring. And the reason why that held so much value was just because I was the first person on my mom's side of the family to graduate high school. So it really meant a lot to me because everybody on my mom's side of the family, they couldn't finish high school because their own situation, or they just gave up. But I was the first person on her side of the family to graduate, get my diploma, and leave high school. And I don't have it no more because a few months ago in 2024, one of my closest friends, Aggression, he passed away in his sleep due to, like a brain tumor. And around that time, I wanted to show tribute to him by sacrificing something that I truly held close to me. And it might sound confusing why I would do that, but with my family, a sign of respect to people that passed away is to give away something that you really care for. And that's how you tribute somebody that's no longer here with us. So I got my ring and, covered it in the dirt. And I said my words about Aggression. And then I said, rest in peace. And then, I just left it. So those are two things that I really, like hold value for.
Yeah. Wait. Can you hear me? Wait. Can you hear me? Wait. Yeah. Wait. Oh yeah. My mic was tweaking. Now I'm saying yeah, and I'm saying long live Aggression, and I feel that heavy. You feel me? It really mean a lot to people, and losing that, it's like you're losing a part of you. So it's like, what I'm saying? But you are a real one for that, you feel me? And for getting them,
I appreciate that.
all of them right and things like that. That's something I always like, that you were more of like humble and genuine soul, especially when I seen you like shouting out your followers for their birthday for free. A lot of niggas would have charged. Like I seen that. I was
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, he different. Like he pure. He's like he's very good. He's very good hearted. You feel me? But now I got another question that really adds on to that. What are places that hold a lot of value to you?
Okay. So, places that really hold a lot of value to me, I gotta say, New Jersey, specifically, Newark, New Jersey,
Mm-hmm.
because that's where I was. That's where I was, really raised. That's where I was really raised for Newark, New Jersey, and it's not perfect down there. It's not recommended to live and start a family, but it holds a lot of value to me because it really sharpened my character and it really made me who I am today. I seen a lot of crazy stuff down there. A lot of rough stuff. You see people at their lowest in Newark, New Jersey, and it really opened your eyes and it make you realize that the world is so much bigger than Newark, New Jersey, and the city really push you to really get the fuck out of there, man. It's one of those cities that make you just want to get out as soon as possible. And like I said, it sharpened my characteristics, and it has made me strive more harder for my goals so I could just make it out. Not only that, but like I said, I was raised there, and I had a lot of good experiences there. A lot of romances, especially a lot of summer romances with some of the people that I really care for. And when I met you and the whole gang, that was when I was in Newark, New Jersey. That's when I met y'all. I was in the city when I first met y'all and shit like that. And I met the first love of my life. I met her in the city, even though that was my first love and my first heartbreak. I experienced that in the city. That's why it holds so much value to me. It was my first for everything. My first love, first heartbreak, first virginity being taken. I graduated there. You know what I mean? I started college there. So it's like, I did everything in Newark, New Jersey. So that's a place that really held value to me.
Okay. I see that. But like
Yes, sir.
before Jersey, you were in before Jersey, you were in New York, correct? Bronx.
Yes, sir. The Bronx. East
Okay, so
Tremont.
that's where you were born. But like, what do you really claim or like represent the most within your music and your craft?
Okay, well, my music, realistically, I feel like I represent more of New Jersey with my sound. Just because when I first came out, 2023, when I made, what was it? When I made,
Deal with it.
Deal with them two. When I made
Yeah.
Deal with them two and Deal with them one, that's what really started it off in 2023. And that was more of a New Jersey sound because, it's a Jersey 808 Jersey pattern. And, it just where the sound come from. That's where the sound was pioneered and created. It was created in New Jersey. You feel me? So
Yeah.
I feel like majority of my music, especially in the beginning, was kind of crafted and inspired by the New Jersey scene. And then around 2024, I started experimenting with sexy drill beats and etc. And that's more of a New York kind of Bronx exclusive type of sound. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
And I just feel like it's a mix. But to really start it off, the Big Bang was really Jersey though. That was the Big Bang. That's what really started it off. So I gotta say New Jersey. And then you said, what do I claim the most?
Mm-hmm.
I say, I gotta claim New York. That's where I was really born from. You feel me? That's where I really born from. The family down there, Bronx, New York, East Tremont. That's where I came up, and then I moved to New Jersey. But I visit New York more than I visit Jersey because New York really got that soul. It got that
Yeah.
spirit.
That's
That's
real.
where that's where my heart. Yeah, that's where my heart will always belong to. Cause that's where I was created. So I can't diss it. I can't knock it off, and I can't forget. That's really where I was born, created. That's where my parents, made love at. They made love in New York, and I was born in New York. So that's what I gotta claim, man. It's a city.
No, that's real. That's real. That's real. So speaking of music, I want to ask you, since you're now considered in the underground scene and you even made it on the underground iceberg, I want to ask you like, who are your top three favorite underground artists? Then I want to ask you, who are your dream artist collabs?
Okay, so underground, my top three. That's a good question. That's a good question. Mm, some of them, okay. I gotta really think about it because I really want to give my flowers. I really want to give my flowers. I really want to give my flowers. So I'm gonna think about it. So top three favorite. Number three, I gotta go. Kyle Banks. You know, Kyle Banks. He's very underrated, very talented at the same time. I believe he's from the rap, just like you. I think he's from
Yeah.
Chicago as well. Yeah, he very talented. A lot of his beats and his music, it really bring out that Chicago sound. Like I hear glow, 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 glow every time I hear his music. You feel me? And I like shit like that. You know, it give me a taste of y'all city, and it give me a taste on like y'all culture. So I
Yeah.
really fuck with that heavy. He very talented, very versatile. So he'll be number three.
Okay.
Um, Number two, let's see. I gotta go with Tanner. I really fuck with Tanner music heavy, you know. I knew him, I actually met him back in 2019 before he blew
Hmm.
up and shit like that. I met him on Discord. And he was mad young. He was like 13, 14. He was mad young. But at the time I was running with a different name. And you know what I'm saying? It was like, he was a dope person. He a dope person. And, he really growing up. So I'm proud to see that he growing up, but he still getting attention. Like he didn't sink under, because a lot of artists, they get attention, but then over time, they just disappear. And you wonder
So
where they
wait.
went. But Tanner, he really left his place in the underground to the point where he's still relevant and he debatable top five best underground artists, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And number one, number one. Okay. I gotta say number one. Damn. Okay. Number one. I gotta say Che. I really fuck with his music heavy. That boy Che. I've been listening to his music since he went by Che Romani when he was on
Mm.
Band Lab and stuff like that. When he had like blue dreads and shit, that's when I really got put on to his music. And bro, nigga was a Band Lab demon, bro. All of his hits back in the day, it came straight out of Band Lab. Straight out of
Mm.
Band Lab, bro. Like, and that shit crazy. Like to really make a hit off Band Lab, like that's crazy, bro. Like that's unique. And
Facts.
he rebranded. He rebranded. He go by Che now. And it's to the point where he don't even want to, he don't even want to associate with him. He don't want to associate himself with Che Romani. You know what I mean? Like all his past music, he consider it a whole different person, a separate person, which I find pretty unique because it's two different eras, Che Romani and Che, and both eras have very iconic music
Yeah.
and very inspirational. And the reason why I put him number one is he just an all around artist. Like his visuals, his music, his ad libs, his beat selection, it inspired a lot of producers and a lot of digital artists to replicate what Che got. They try to replicate what Che team got going. You feel me? Which is very unique. And now you said top three artists that I want to collab with. My dream collab, right?
Yeah. And speaking of BandLab, I was gonna say, as you were saying, making a hit on BandLab is actually insane. That's why I want to say shout out to Zeke also. He be going crazy on
Yeah.
BandLab. That nigga Zeke go crazy on BandLab. He just dropped. We gonna get into that after that. But yeah, your top three artist dream collabs. Well, it could be top three, top five. Like it could be underground, mainstream, not underground. You're not saying whatever. So
Okay, perfect. I say top five. I really want to do a collab with Ecstasy because
mm,
I feel like me and him on, like some cool ass beat, I feel like we could really make a hit together. Just because, our flows, it goes well with the type of beats that we hop on. So if me and him was on the same beat, I feel like it'll be pretty awesome, It'll be like a dope little vibe and, some generational shit.
Okay.
Number four, like I said, Kyle Banks. I feel like, his voice is super versatile. He got enough vocal control to the point where he could sing high and he could sing low, or he could just sing with his normal voice. And that's hard, bro. Like that's very hard. You got to have a lot of control with your vocals. You got to have enough voice control to have numerous voices to sing however the fuck you want. And Kyle Banks, his shit is unique, man. His shit is unique. I definitely want to do a collab with him. Number three, I need to do a collab with Zeke, man. I've been seeing his music lately. It been doing pretty well, man. And I did a couple song wars with him. And if I wasn't winning the song wars, it was always Zeke. You know what I mean? So it was like I see his potential. And he really going crazy, and he crazy consistent, He be dropping albums, EPs, singles and shit like that. Like he really be on his shit. I find that pretty impressive because a lot of people they just want to be mysterious and never drop, but him, like, he'll drop whatever and whenever. So I definitely want to do a collab with him. Number two,
Real.
yes sir. Number two, I definitely want to do a collab with my Warzone member Envy, just because Envy, he got a nice tune. He got a nice voice. And I like how he using it, I feel like it's very authentic and versatile at the same time, And I don't really expect any less because on my top five, all of them is versatile. Every person I named so far is versatile. That's why I really want to collab with them because it don't always got to be underground music we making. It could be something completely different. We could do Jersey Club. We could do hyper pop. We could do alternative rock. We could do indie rock. We could do whatever. That's why my top five is very versatile people, which is why I want to collab with them the most because they got the most ideas. They got the most spirit. They got the most, they got the most spirit and the most heart to really do something out of their comfort zone. And I like stuff like that, I really do. So Envy, most definitely, I already told him, like, we got to collab on something real soon, very soon. Number one, Lil Tecca, because I'm a huge fan of his music since Ransom days. You know what I mean? I've been a huge fan of his music since Ransom days. And he from New York as well. He really pioneered the underground. He helped a lot of underground people really come up. He's a good artist. Yeah, he's a good artist. He's a good producer. He's a good manager because I believe he got his own label. He be signing people. He's a good manager. He's unproblematic. He don't get into no drama. He's not a weirdo. And, I've been a huge fan of him since 2017, 2018. I was a teenager in high school bumping his album, We Love You, Tecca 1. I used to be in the hallways bumping his song, Amigo. Like, that song go crazy, bro. Like, and to this day, he's still relevant. So I really want to collab with him, too.
So, I got to ask, what are your plans for Warzone District and everybody's role in it?
Okay, so one of my plans for Warzone District is that, I want to enhance the brand more. I want everybody to have their own opportunity. I want everybody to have a shot. I want everybody to have acknowledgement. That's why, off camera, I'll be really hard on a lot of the members because I really believe they could do so much better. That's why I'm always on their ass because, I created a brand and I guess in a way I'm kind of like the leader. So, that's my role it's my role to really push y'all to go harder, go further, be consistent. get y'all name out there. But back to your question, the plans that I have for Warzone District is, like I said, I'm gonna get to creating a website. I want to just have a website out there. Plug a lot of people's socials. The Warzone District member socials, and later on, like I was telling some of y'all off camera, I want to start pushing out Warzone merch. Warzone phone case, Warzone phone cases, Warzone jackets, Warzone gloves, balaclavas with the Warzone logo on it. And a whole bunch of stuff, man. I got a whole lot of stuff that I'm ready to put in motion right now, gang. It's a whole lot of stuff. Like Warzone wallets too. I was just talking to my other mans about it. Getting Warzone wallets and Warzone keychains, small stuff. And they'll sell it for cheap.
Let's sell it for very cheap. Like little things the supporters can buy too. Look. And then eventually jackets, varsity jackets, I love it. You know what I'm saying? I love that. You feel me? And I'll be down to, help with the designs too. I'll be down to help with all that. You know what I'm saying? That's what I like about Warzone. That's what I like about this. It's gonna be multi-purpose. You feel me?
Yeah.
But
oh my bad.
Oh no, you can talk.
Okay. So Warzone keychains as well. And also when we started shipping out the packages and stuff like that, we had an idea for the first 20 people to shop on the Warzone District website. The first 20 people to shop there, they'll get like a handwritten letter that was signed by me, thanking them for being the first few to believe in the website, to give it a chance and, buy something off the website. So, I'll write a letter, handwritten letter about how the entire Warzone District team is very appreciative for them giving us a chance and, do my little signature and give them, something else like candy or some shit and then, ship it off to them.
Okay, that's that they play.
Okay, what about it?
Yeah, that's what I was asking. I was asking the plans for everybody's role in it also.
Oh, my bad, because you cut off for a second. That's why I had to ask. But the plans for everybody role, okay, that's a solid question. So the plans with that is because, so the plans with that is for Envy, because right now I'm kind of focused on Envy right now because he's the newest one. He's the newest member of Warzone District. I've been thinking with him, with his music, I want to help promote it more, because he's very talented. I want to help promote his music more. Mm-hmm. So with the Warzone District account, because it's almost at 100 followers, man. Like even though 100 is not really a lot, like we almost at 100, and we just made that shit like a few months ago.
That's and with that, boy, I told niggas, I want to follow. I told niggas go follow, and I'll do a backflip. I still haven't done the backflip though. I can't do it. I tried, bro. I tried. My bad for cutting you off though. Keep talking.
No, it's all good, bro. With the Warzone District Instagram account, I just want to use that to really promote people music, because I did it with Envy Music a few times. I did it with my music a lot. And Casho, I just gotta wait to see what young Casho got going because he kinda on and off, Yeah. Sometimes I do be having kind of mixed feelings on his craft because he be kind of half-assing it, you know what I mean? And the definition, for the people that don't know what half-assing is, it's basically like he only giving it 50%, you know what I mean? He's not giving it his all. So the music that he be kind of pushing out there, it don't really got no soul in it. It doesn't move you. It doesn't make you dance. It doesn't make you hype. It doesn't make you sad. It doesn't do nothing. It just bland. So when Cashew is a member, with his role, I want to help him with his music. I want to start ghostwriting for him so he can have more catchy lyrics. And I want to pick out his beats because I feel like if he has somebody else pick his beats for him and, choose the right ones, then he'll feel more confident and he'll go his all because, the beat plays a big part on your creation. If you
Facts.
got a solid beat, and you feel confident on it, you could make a hit 100% guaranteed. But if you're just choosing a beat just because you think it's cool, and then when you hop on it, you're not giving it your all, then you're gonna be half-assing it, and the song's not gonna really reach your expectations. So
Mm-hmm.
with Casual Roll, I just want to help him more with his music. Uh, who else? Mello, because he's a member as well. Mello just gotta, I gotta help him with his beat selections as well, because Mello got a solid voice for it.
Facts.
Like with rapping and shit like that, like he could do that. You know what I mean? It just he needs more creativity, because a lot of his music to the point is becoming more repetitive, and it's starting to sound like the same nowadays. So I'm gonna put him to the side and help him more with that shit. You you're doing, I ain't gonna lie, bro. A lot of these niggas don't be giving you your props, and I don't really be liking that shit. But you all right, bro. You doing good, bro. You got the content, you got the editing software, you got your Instagrams, you got your TikTok, you got the Twitch. Only thing you gotta do, bro, is just stay consistent, bro. And eventually you're gonna get your breakout, bro. Once you get your breakout, because when people get their breakout, that's when they get the most attention. It could be a clip, it could be a video, it could be something that you did. Once it becomes your breakout, you're gonna attract a lot of people. You're gonna have a bigger audience. And if you keep doing what you're doing, they're gonna stay. So right now, bro, you're doing good, bro. You got a lot of creative ideas. You know, you know what you want. You're good at editing. And you're humble. You got a good soul. You know what you want. You were raised right as well. You were raised really well. You're an upstanding guy. You got everything. You got everything that a streamer needs, bro. Only thing that you got to do now is just be patient. And when the viewers come, the viewers come. Next thing you know, you got all the love in the world, bro. You got fans. You got people dying to meet you. You're getting a whole lot of fan art. Everybody following you. They want to get to know you more. They're giving you your flowers. And, it's going to be awesome when that day comes for you, bro. So with you, all you got to do is just be more patient, bro. When it comes, it comes.
Yeah, you right. Yo, I appreciate you a lot. Like, real Warzone District. I also want to ask about the inspiration behind the artworks, like the infamous artworks that you make.
Right.
I want to ask about that, like the inspiration behind them.
Okay, so the inspiration behind the artwork for the Warzone District is I'm always a fan. I'm always a fan of magazines like Vogue magazines and video game. Oh my God, video game magazines. When I was younger, I used to see a lot of PlayStation magazines. So with that, when I was younger, I had a subscription. And when you have a monthly subscription, they give you like a video game newspaper, or should I say a video game magazine. They give you that every single month in the mail. And I remember I was looking at the PlayStation magazines with all the video game characters, like Zelda, Kirby, Mario. It was PlayStation and Nintendo on the magazines.
Okay.
And I thought that was cool, bro. I thought that shit was cool. Like I saw Halo on the magazines, a lot of like retro games like SSX, the snowboarding game was on there. A whole lot of shit. I thought that shit was cool, bro. I thought that shit was very cool.
I agree.
So, that really, yeah, bro, it really gave me that inspiration to really, make magazine covers for Warzone District and also for the art too, like a cool little retro aesthetic, I always thought that shit was cool, bro. I always thought that shit was cool. Especially because, I'm a fan of Pinterest too. So I go on Pinterest from time to time. I go on Pinterest and I see a cool amount of, models on there, magazine covers, cool poses, a lot of characters on there. And it really give me my give me my inspiration to really, make these artworks. And, it's very fun to make too. Let me say that it's very fun to make because I include myself, I include Warzone District,
Mm-hmm.
some of my friends in the some of my friends in the art too, and I turned it to a full on magazine, like a magazine cover, 2 pages, 3 pages after that, and it has info on there, info about real news about Warzone. And I always loved journalism too. So I feel like I also do play a big part in the Warzone District art. I'm a
Mm-hmm.
fan of journalism, huge fan of journalism, and making making newspapers, uh, you know, creating the scoop for the news and shit, man. Like a whole bunch of information. That's what I love doing. So I feel like that played a huge part.
Yeah, I feel that heavy. And speaking of the models, yeah, you got like I seen that you got like real deal like models and people who from people from like Pinterest girls and then like real deal models like what's her name?
Is there
Hey, shout out to
a
her by
lot
the
of
way. She ain't following me back. I ain't
yeah,
gonna follow,
shout
but shout out to her though.
out.
I'm gonna follow back someday though. Hey, hey nigga, one day. Anyways though. So like speaking of women, how did you knew this question was coming, my nigga. How did your
Oh
past
boy.
relationships impact you musically?
Oh boy. Okay.
You don't got to answer if you don't want to.
Uh, no, of course I got it, bro. I'm gonna answer it, bro. I got you.
Okay. Bet.
So with females, the way they impact the music, man, bro. Females. Let me just say this: females play a huge part in music, man. Like
Facts.
if they make you treat, if they make you feel like shit, you're gonna end up making either shitty music or it's gonna be good music that'll put you in your feelings because you could relate to what the artist been through in that relationship. You feel what I'm
Mm,
saying? So females, they have a huge impact on music, you know? And I say the way, my talking stages, exes, and females in the past impact my music is that when I'm in love, I put that in everything. You feel me? Not just music.
mhm.
I put that in music. I put that, I put it in my attitude. I put it in everything, bro. Like
Yeah.
love is everything to me. I love very hard. So when it doesn't work, I break down really fast and it really hurts because I give it my all. You feel me?
Mhm.
So with that now, when a female show me the most love ever, I feel like I'm on top of the world. And I put that energy in the music because I love music as well. I love music and I love females equally.
Mhm.
But females,
I know that's right.
so the way I'm gonna put it, yeah, the way I'm gonna put it is that music is kind of like my child. So it's like when me and a female's doing good, everything is on good terms. I show all of that love to the music. I love it like it's my own child. It's like we have a very happy household, a good family. You feel what I'm saying? So when everything is going good, I put all that love in the music. And when I'm singing, I put passion in it. And I sing about, how I feel about a female and how much I love her. I want to hold it down for you. And, I'll do anything for you. Like, it doesn't matter if we're on good terms or bad terms. I'll do anything for you.
Nah, hold on. I know what you're
Because,
doing. Even if you fighting, girl, I got you. Yeah. My bad. My bad. My
yeah,
bad.
yeah,
All right.
yeah,
Continue
bro.
speaking. Continue speaking.
Yeah, so, yeah, man. Even with Want You, I'm going to think of a few songs. Want You, Say Something, the second part of Deal With Them One, a whole bunch of other songs. Like I talk about love and I talk about heartbreak because I feel like it's really a balance between it. It's yin and yang, love and heartbreak.
Mm-hmm.
You can't have one. You really can't have one without the other. When it comes with love, it's always going to be heartbreak. Heartbreak is the aftermath of love. So you need both. You can't live life with just one without the other. You need both. It's yin and yang. You can't live in this world without both of them. You need both of them so it can create a whole. So, like I said, with the music, I talk about love and I talk about heartbreak. One of my songs that I really, really really put passion and heartbreak is both of my songs, Deal With 'Em Secret Ending, and what
You won't
else?
know. You won't know.
You won't know.
Yeah.
You won't know, yes.
See, I know ball.
Yeah, yeah. And with that song, it was just about like a crummy relationship that didn't really work out. And in that song, I really just put my feelings on it. You know what I mean? And the feeling that I portrayed in that song was just, that feeling where you love a girl, but she isn't good for you. Because, you're thinking with your heart, but realistically, you need to think with your brain. And with that song, I'm really just talking about how I really love a girl that I know isn't good for me. And, it takes heartbreak for me to understand that. And, I just put that feeling and I put that element in the song. And, it hit a lot of people, man. Even Cashin, when he first heard the song, this nigga sent me a video of him crying with the song playing on the speakers, bro.
That song hit different.
Bro.
I get that, but I won't send no video, bro. That's just me, though.
Yeah.
But shoot, hey, you a better man than me. I go for women that aren't bad for me. That are bad. Yeah. I go for women that are bad for me. Bro, no grade. Yeah, but keep thinking. What are you saying?
But yeah, bro, that's pretty much it. You know what I mean? Like, with females, the way they impact the music, man, it just, they give you good vibes, they give you bad vibes, and then you put that in the music, man. And then it relates to people that's listening to your music. And that's what really makes the music more generational, when everybody could feel the vibes on it.
I wanted to ask you, what were your inspirations behind Want You and Vegas? Because Vegas is your most recent drop. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Every once in the blue moon type drop, but it's your most recent drop. So I want to ask about the inspiration behind that. Like, what was really like, you know what I'm saying, put to work on that? You feel me?
Nice, okay. So I'm going to start off with Want You. Okay. So the inspiration behind Want You and, how that really broke down was, with Want You, it was really just about this girl, bro, this girl that I really love, It was about Tati, this one girl that I was talking to. It was this one girl that I was talking to. And, in that song, like, it was really about her, because me and her, it was kind of toxic. Me and her always fight a lot. We go back and forth. It's always, I hate you, I love you type of relationship. One day we're on good terms. The next day it's on bad terms. We end up blocking each other. We unblock each other. It be them nights where I send I miss you text. She replied back with I miss you too text. And then the cycle goes on and on and on. And the song is really about unconditional love. That's the perfect way I could put it. The song Want You is really just about unconditional love. Even if we're on good terms, bad terms, or the worst of the worst, just know that I always love you. Whenever you need me, I'm here for you. I'm gonna always be waiting for you. It doesn't matter what the circumstance is, whether you want to do your own thing or you just hate me. I'm gonna always have love for you. The energy that you give to me, I'll never show that energy to you because I always love you, and that's how it's always gonna be. Even to this day, I'm gonna always love you, and it's always gonna be like that. Unconditional love.
That's right.
Now, with Vegas, okay, you're right. That is my recent drop. One of the Blue Moon type of drops, because that's my first song of 2025. Okay, so with Vegas, man, that song, I really like that song a lot, bro. Like, I'll be replaying that song a lot. So with that, man, Vegas is really, it's really just about, and on some real shit, it's a true story too. It's a very true story. The song Vegas is really just about, I fall in love with this TikTok girl, and I really just want to take her to Vegas, this party, blow cash, drink liquor, live the best life ever in Vegas. I had plans for Vegas, but she had to blow it. You feel what I'm saying? Like, plans to go to Vegas, but she had to blow it. And the song is really just about how I want to take this girl everywhere around the world. I want to help her live her best life. But she had to blow it. You know, she had to sell the bag. She had to fumble the bag. That's what the song is really about. You know what I mean? It's mostly about that. And then towards the outro of the song, it was really just me pouring my feelings when I said, this the last time that you will get whatever.
Yeah.
Girl, you had me tripping. Yeah, girl, you had me tripping, got me thinking we together. That part just really, it was kind of me just venting, you know? It was just venting about her manipulative ways, how she kind of played me. She played me, make me feel like a fool. And it really made me disappointed because I had all these ideas for you, all these plans that I was willing to set to motion for you, and you had to ruin it. So the song Vegas is really just for the viewers and the audience to really relate to, because we all been through that. We all had that canon event where we wanted to give our all for a female, and she just didn't want it, bro. She had to blow it. She had to fuck it up.
Offense to it, but I wanted to ask you, who are you with and without the goggles?
Okay. Nah, that's not even a bad question at all. Okay. So who I am with the goggles, man? Nice. Okay. With the goggles on, I feel like a rock star. I feel invincible. And in all honesty, when I have the goggles on, I feel like a whole different person, you know? I don't feel like a normal person. I feel more of like a superhero. I feel like somebody that, people could draw, people could look up to, a person that, I just feel it's a lot, bro. That's a really good question. With the goggles on, I just feel like I could be anybody that I want. There's no expectations, there's no pressure because anybody could be behind the mask, My identity is kind of mysterious. Nobody know who I am. There's no accountability. Even if I fuck up, it's like it can never be traced to my name. Exactly. I just feel like I could be anybody. I feel like I could be anybody that I want. And, I feel like I'm that kind of person that kids could look up to and get posters and put it on their wall. I feel like with the mask on, I could really just, I feel like with the mask on, I feel like I could really satisfy all my needs that I had when I was a kid. You know what I mean? Because when I have the mask on, it's really just me reliving my childhood. You know what I mean? I could just, go back to my childhood and do everything that I wish I could have done when I was younger. But now I could do it currently, Without the mask, I feel like without the mask, I just feel like I'm more of a businessman. You know what I mean? Like without the mask on, I just feel like, just a different person, I'm more normal. I'm in the outside world now, nobody could really recognize me. Like I could just walk past somebody and you could never know, like, oh, he wear a mask, he wear goggles, he a rapper, Without the mask, that's a secret identity. I could just be anybody too, Like nobody knows. Like I could really just be anybody. But without the mask, I'm more of a simpleton, just a normal person. Like I could walk in a crowd and you could never notice me. I just live in the background doing my own thing, making money, taking care of business, working, doing what I got to do, just a normal civilian. And when I have the mask on, I feel like a rock star at night, bro. You know what I mean? I feel like a rock star. I feel like a pop star. I feel like I could be something that everybody want to be. You know what I mean? Like a person that everybody could look up to. So yeah, man.
Bruce Wayne and Batman.
Yeah.
Nah, that's real. That's real though. But okay, I got only like 2 questions left for real. So like by by the end of the summer, where do you really see yourself? Like, let's say you decide to start dropping during the summer and things, and doing things differently. Where do you see yourself by the end of the summer? So like by the end of August.
Yeah. So during the summertime, I will be dropping a lot because my birthday is actually around the corner. My birthday is July 4th. And I'ma just say this. July 4th is on a Friday. So just think about that. You know what I mean? Just think about it. July 4th is on a Friday. Remember that. But yeah, man, during the summer, I'm gonna be dropping a lot because during the summertime, what my fans call it, they call it a home court advantage. Because around July, because my name is July, so in the month of July, they like to call it like a home court advantage because you know what I mean? It's like it's my court, you feel me? It's my court. So just like last year, I'm gonna drop a lot of music.
Okay.
I'm gonna drop a lot of music. A lot of singles back to back though. I'm gonna drop it a lot back to back. It's a reason why I haven't dropped. It's a reason why I haven't dropped a lot lately because I'm saving that for the summertime. Because the summertime, that's the best vibes for music. You know what I mean? The summertime is always going to be the best vibes for music. So, I'm saving it for the summertime. I'm going to make some real groovy shit to have everybody dancing, everybody lit, having the best summer ever. And how I'm going to see myself.
The hell's going to be twerking.
How I'm going to see myself by the end of the summer. Like, you felt what?
I said the female's going to be twerking. Bro, they is.
Yeah.
They be throwing it back. What was you saying, though? Sir.
But yeah, okay, so what I see myself by the end of August, you know what I mean? Bigger. That's all I can say. I can see myself being more bigger. You know what I mean? Bigger views, bigger monthly listeners, more attention. Because during the summertime, bro, that's when I work overdrive. So I'm gonna really, not only am I gonna put myself on the map, I'm gonna put Warzone on the map too. Like everything. I'm gonna make everything big. You feel me? I'm gonna make myself big. I'm gonna make the brand big. So that's what I'm gonna see myself by the end of August.
Okay, that's real. So if not saying your supporters were to see it, what would be like a message you would put out to your supporters and to newcomers and people who are just finding about you, Warzone, OGs, new niggas? What's like a short message that you would put out to them?
Okay, so a message I would put out to them is that, bro, the world is yours, man. You could do anything that your heart contents, man. The world is yours. It's literally in the palm. It's literally in the palm of your hand. You literally got it. Because look, everybody that's big, everybody that's successful, they already gave you the blueprint on how to be successful. They already gave you the game plan on how to make money. They gave you the game plan on how to be famous. They gave you the plans on how to blow up your music, how to be bigger than you are now. The game plan is literally out there. All you got to do now is take action. The world is yours. You could do anything in it. It's like Fortnite, bro. You're in creative mode. You could do anything you want. You could build anything you want, bro. Like it's Fortnite. You could build anything you want. If you could do it in a video game, you could do it in real life. I'm going to make that the quote. I'm going to make that the main message. If you could do it in a video game, you could do it in real life. Simple.
That's real. But yeah, that really concludes it. And I just want to say I appreciate you a lot for popping out and things like that. And after you, it will be Zeke and then so on. You feel me? So that's really how we do it.
Sure, anytime, man. Anytime.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Well, I'll see you in the zone. You feel me? I'll see you in the zone.
Yes, sir. I will see you. Yes, sir. Have a good spring, man.
You too. Wait, hold on. You too. You have a good day.
Bro, come on, bro.
All right, I'm tripping. All right, bro.
This nigga.
Bro. All right, bro.